All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're building a roadmap. A roadmap for anyone who's got that brilliant app idea rattling around in their head, but, hits a total wall when they think about code. We're going to show you how to get from that idea to a real live app without having to be a developer.
You know how it is, right? It happens to pretty much all of us. You're just going about your day, maybe in the shower, maybe walking the dog, and bam, it hits you. An idea for an app that could actually solve a real problem, or be super entertaining, or help people learn something. It's like that little lightning strike of inspiration. And then, almost just as fast, that amazing excitement can kind of deflate. You start thinking about development, coding, servers. Ugh. It all just feels like this giant, impossible wall. And look, that's a totally normal feeling. But here's the thing. It's not a dead end. Not at all. It's just the start of a different path.
And that is exactly what we're here for. We've basically boiled down the whole process into a super clear, step-by-step roadmap that, honestly, anyone can follow. Just think of this as your personal guide, taking you from that first little spark of an idea all the way to a finished app in the hands of actual users.
Okay, so first things first. Every great building, every great project, it starts with a blueprint, right? Well, your app is no different. This first phase is all about the planning and the design. We're basically mapping out exactly what your app is going to do and what it's going to look like. So let's just pretend for a minute that we're building a study app together. The very first thing we have to do is figure out its core structure, the main places a user is going to go. So we'll need a home screen, obviously, then maybe a practice section, some mock tests, definitely flashcards, and yeah, of course, a progress tracker to keep people motivated. This is basically the skeleton of your entire app. Okay, so how do you actually see all this? Well, you use design tools to create what are called mock-ups of each screen. Now, you've got options. Figma is kind of the industry standard. It's super powerful and gives you total control. But if you're looking for speed and something that's just plain easy, you gotta check out Usered. It's incredible. It uses AI to turn your rough sketches or even just text descriptions into these really polished designs in like minutes. And get this, we're not talking about some 6-month-long ordeal here. For a focused project, you can get your entire design blueprint drafted and ready to go in just 2 to 3 weeks. All of a sudden, the whole thing feels way more manageable, right?
All right, blueprint is done. Now it's time for the really fun part, actually building the thing. This next phase is all about turning those pretty designs into a real, functional, testable first version. In the tech world, we call this a minimum viable product, or an MVP.
So here's what the whole schedule looks like. You've got your 2 to 3 weeks for design, which we just talked about. That's followed by a solid 4 to 6 weeks to actually build the core app. And then, and this is super important, you set aside a crucial 2 weeks just for testing and getting feedback before you even think about launching it to everyone.
So building that MVP really just breaks down into 3 main steps. First, you're going to use a no-code platform, something like Flutterflow or Thunkable, to visually drag and drop your app's framework together. Second, you upload all your content, the questions, the study materials, all that good stuff. And third, you set up the core logic, like how the quizzes are scored, using these really simple rule-based systems. No complex code needed. Let's be real, creating all that content can be the most boring, tedious part of this whole thing. But this is where AI becomes your new best friend, your personal assistant. You can use tools like ChatGPT or QuizGecko to instantly turn your study notes into flashcards, or even have it generate detailed explanations for the answers. It's a massive, massive time saver. So, once you've got a version that actually works, you need to find out, is it any good, That's where beta testers come in. These are your first real users, and they can give you that priceless feedback on everything from little bugs they find to whether your quiz questions are way too hard. And the best part is, you don't have to figure out some clunky way to send it to them. Google Play actually has a built-in tool called internal testing that lets you easily share your app with just a small, select group of people. It makes the whole feedback process super smooth and organized. Okay, let's recap. The design's done. The app, built and tested. Now we're getting to the really exciting part. Launching this thing to the world and, figuring out how to make it a sustainable project. I mean, this is it. This is the moment you've been working for. You've taken all that great feedback from your testers, you've made the improvements, and now
you're ready to hit that big publish button and make your app available to literally millions of potential users on the Google Play Store. How cool is that? But, launching is really just the beginning. Now you got to put on your business owner hat for a second. There's a really key question you have to answer. How is this app going to earn money and support itself? And that, my friends, is where monetization comes in. And picking the right way to make money is absolutely crucial. You've got a few main options. You could go with free plus ads. The app is totally free, which gets you the most users, and you make money from ads. Or there's freemium, where the basic stuff is free, but people pay for premium features. A one-time purchase is simple and straightforward. And a subscription model is fantastic if you're going to be adding new content all the time. Here's the secret. A successful app is never really done. To keep your users engaged and, of course, attract new ones, you have to keep making it better. Think about adding things like community forums or maybe leaderboards to make it more like a game. You can introduce a pro subscription, and most importantly, you have to keep adding fresh new content to keep people coming back. Okay, last but definitely not least, let's talk about what is probably the single most important factor for long-term success, and that is making an app that people actually enjoy using. A great user experience, or UX, is what separates a decent app from a truly great one. Just think about a really simple but powerful idea: giving the user a choice. Something as basic as offering both a light mode and a dark mode. It seems small, but it shows users that you're thinking about their comfort, their preferences. It's those little details that really build loyalty. The best experiences just feel intuitive. You don't have to think about them. So use a simple navigation bar at the bottom so people aren't getting lost. Give them a dashboard to track their progress. That gives them a great sense of accomplishment. Letting them search and bookmark questions is super useful. And hey, a few gentle push notifications can be just the helpful nudge they need to stay on track. And there you have it. We've done it. We've gone from that little spark of an idea all the way through designing, building, testing, and launching to a polished, user-friendly app that's live on the store. The whole journey completely demystified. So the map is right here in front of you. The tools are easier to use than ever. The process is clear. And honestly, the path from just an idea to a real app has never been more achievable. So really, there's only one question left to ask. What are you going to build?